Grant money can be a welcome cash injection for childcare businesses with large expenses. You can use it in multiple ways, for example, to fund startup costs, upgrades to playground equipment, and renovations. Grants are usually awarded either by the government or a private organisation, and they're often subject to you meeting certain eligibility criteria. One huge benefit of grant money is that it doesn't have to be repaid. If you're planning on applying for a grant, it's a good idea to work through the following steps first. Start by defining your business objectives, write out your vision and mission statements, and list your short-term and long-term goals. Then, think about what makes your program unique. Your main aim is to communicate all of this in a clear and compelling way in your grant application. Once you've done the groundwork, now it's time to research relevant opportunities for funding. Look for possible donors within your local community. Use a research database to look for prospective donors who are a good fit for your organisation. Plus, explore government grants and any other funding opportunities you come across. The research stage can take a lot of time and energy, but it's worth it to really find out which potential donors, foundations and government programmes best align with your early childhood education non-profit. Finding a good fit before you apply can save hours of wasted time and energy on applications for the wrong grants. Putting together a solid grant proposal takes quite a bit of administrative effort. Really, take your time with this step. The application process can be tedious, but the payoff can be big. First, confirm that you're eligible to apply. Then check that the grant will meet your business needs. Once you've confirmed this, read the application form carefully and be sure to answer all questions on the application form. Gather together all of the necessary documentation and attach any supporting material. When attaching your budget, check that it's complete and accurate. It's crucial that you follow all of the application instructions and do a thorough last run-through to catch any typos and make sure everything is in order. Keep an eye on those deadlines too. Once you've been awarded a grant, there are still a few important things to do at this post-award stage. Know what documentation and reporting are required by the awarding body or grantor. You want to make sure you stay accountable for how the grant funds are spent. Allocate the new funds in your non-profit budget so you have a clear picture of where, how and when the money will be spent. This step is critical to making sure the funding fulfills your organisation's goals as well as the grantor's spending guidelines. Ask your accountant for help with this step. Grant management can get pretty confusing if you don't have a system down. Let's look at a few ongoing best practices you can implement throughout the lifetime of a grant. Create a grant schedule. It's easy to become overwhelmed managing multiple grants with different requirements and deadlines. Create a grant schedule to keep track of the entire life cycle of each grant. Assign grant management tasks. Be clear about who's responsible for each part of the grant management process. Assign tasks to your team to lighten the load. Remember, consistency is key. Once you find a system that works for you, stick to it. Organise your fiscal tracking and reporting. Set up grant tracking with your accounting software or reach out to your accountant to come up with a plan for tracking and reporting the grant money you spend. Keep your accountant on board. They can ensure your administrative resources are used wisely.